Hello friends, dear students. Now we start third chapter, and that is human reproduction. It is in your NCERT biology book. Before that, we completed two chapters, reproduction in organisms and sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Now sexual reproduction in human beings. So let's start human reproduction. You know very well, reproductive phase, three events are occur, and these are pre-fertilization, fertilization and post-fertilization. Pre-fertilization events are gametogenesis and what is gametogenesis? I think you are also earlier studied about this. This is a formation of gametes. Next, insemination is the transfer of sperm into the female genital tract. Next event is fertilization. This one is the second, and this one is the fusion of male and female gametes leading to formation of zygote. Implantation, these are post-fertilization changes. Implantation, in which development of blastocyst and its attachment to the uterine wall. And gestation, in gestation period, in embryonic development takes place, and in human beings 9-month gestation. Last event is the parturition, and it is known as the delivery of the baby, or it is called birth. Male reproductive organs or male reproductive system. This one located in male reproductive includes testes, accessory ducts, accessory glands and external genitalia. These are diagram of male reproductive system. This one testes, and testes is surrounded by a loose pouch that is called scrotum, and testes surround us. One gland is also there, that is called the epididymis. We'll study later in this chapter. Then first of all, a pair of testes. A pair of testes, these are accessory ducts, retatestes, vasa efferentia, epididymis, vas deferens, and external genitalia in the form of penis. Now the structure of testes. What is the structure of testes? Paired male gonads, you see earlier in picture, and this is responsible for sperm production and also the hormones releases. Each test is oval in shape. Length is 4 to 5 cm and the width is 2 to 3 cm. It's situated outside the abdominal cavity with a pouch called scrotum. Scrotum is situated out of the body. It's a lower temperature of testes 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius. It's lower than the normal body temperature, and it requires for the development of sperms. Testes is covered by a dense covering capsule tunica albuginea. This one is tunica albuginea, the testes, and this one is outer covering. And each testis 250 compartments. Each compartments, these are called the testicular lobules. Each lobule consisted 1 to 3 convoluted seminiferous tubules. These are various seminiferous tubules. And besides this, in this testis, one gland is epididymis. This one epididymis, and epididymis is also have 3 parts: head of epididymis, then the body of epididymis, and a tail of epididymis. And next, this is the tail of epididymis is continue in vasa deferens, and this vasa deferens, it goes to upper side into inguinal canal and loop over the urinary bladder. Next is a structure of seminiferous tubule. Seminiferous tubule consists of 2 types of cells. One is male germ cells and another one Sertoli cells or supporting cells. Male germ cells, these are peripheral region. Then Sertoli cells in between. And what is the function of Sertoli cells? They provide nutrition to the germ cells as well as the developing spermatozoa. Region outside the seminiferous tubules called interstitial spaces. These are in between the seminiferous tubule. These are called the interstitial spaces, and they also contain blood vessels and interstitial cells or Leydig cells. These are interstitial cells or Leydig cells. And what is the function of Leydig cells? Leydig cells synthesis and secrete male hormone, and it is called androgen or testosterone. Now, what are the accessory ducts and glands and what is their function? The male accessory glands: vasa efferentia, epididymis, vas deferens, and retrotestes, serves to store spermatozoa and to transport them outside urethra during ejaculation. Male accessory glands are seminal vesicles, prostate glands, and bulbourethral glands, which contribute seminal plasma to semen. Most of the semen is included. There 60% of part is from the seminal vesicle and adds alkaline pH, fructose, which is a nutrient, mucus, and coagulating and local acting enzyme. They all are secreted by the seminal vesicles. What is the function of prostate gland? Prostate gland secretions account for 30% of plasma and add citrate, a nutrient for sperm mitochondria, calcium, and a proteolytic enzyme. What is the function of proteolytic enzyme? This proteolytic enzyme help in the dissolve the wall of secondary oocyte. Calcium and a proteolytic enzyme termed as prostate specific antigen and its secretion from copper glands add only small volume. Now Female reproductive system. Female reproductive system is located in the pelvic region, includes pair of ovaries, pair of oviduct, uterus, cervix, vagina, and external genitalia. Oviduct, uterus, and vagina, these are accessory ducts, and human female is also have the pair of mammary glands. These are responsible for the nourishment of offsprings. All parts are integrated structurally and functionally to support the process of ovulation, fertilization, pregnancy, birth, and child care. This is a view of sectional view through pelvis. This one uterus, and its mouth part is called the cervix. It is called the mouth of uterus, and this goes to the vagina. It is formed birth canal, and these are the external genitalia. These are labium majora, labium minora, and clitoris. It is a sectional view of female reproductive system. These are ovary. From ovary, ovum is released in the form of secondary oocyte and is catched by the fimbria of infundibulum, which is a broader part, and then it goes to ampulla and isthmus. They are tube part, and all is completely, it is known as ampullary isthmus junction, and fertilization takes place here. And these are part of fallopian tube. Then the isthmus is later joined to the uterine cavity. Uterine cavity next goes to the cervical canal, cervix, cervical canal, and vagina. This is known as the birth canal. And uterus lining is a 3 outermost perimetrium, then myometrium, and endometrium. What are their function, which is studied later. Female gonads. These are ovaries. Ovaries are the primary female sex organs that produce the female gamete. It also produces several female steroid hormones, estrogen and progesterone. Ovary is located in the lower abdomen. Its length is 2 to 4 centimeters. Ovary is covered by the epithelium, ovarian, which enclose ovarian stroma. Ovarian stroma also have 2 zones, peripheral cortex and inner medulla. In peripheral cortex, follicles are present, and in medulla, blood vessels and ovarian ligaments are present. This is structure of ovary, which is studied earlier slide. These are medulla part, and this one peripheral. And in peripheral, follicles are present, and in the medulla, there the blood vessels or ovarian ligaments are present. In peripheral region, primary follicles, then they grow to the primary follicles, then secondary follicles, then tertiary follicles, and then the Graafian follicles. Graafian follicles are mature follicles in which oocyte, secondary oocyte is present, and this secondary oocyte releases, and that process is known as ovulation. This is ovulated ovum. Secondary oocyte is also called a ovum, and is surrounded by a corona radiator. Then this rupture follicle, what happened to the rupture follicle? It converted to the corpus luteum. If fertilization takes place, then this corpus luteum secretes progesterone hormone, and this progesterone hormone is also called a pregnancy hormone. And in case not fertilization takes place, then after some time this corpus luteum degenerates. One mature follicle around 14 days of menstrual cycle and ruptures to release the oocyte, and this process is known as ovulation. After release, follicle filled with blood clot and then yellow cells. This is known as corpus luteum. These are accessory ducts and oviducts, uterus and oviducts and fallopian tube. I also told you in earlier slide about these oviduct or fallopian tube. This one is the anterior part of fallopian tube, and this is known as infundibulum. This is a broader part. Then it's a narrow to the ampulla and isthmus. This is ovary, and from ovary, ovum is released to the, then this infundibulum catches. These fimbriae are the finger-like projections. Then next one, uterus. Uterus is responsible for the development of fetus. Single uterus present in lower abdomen region is also commonly called womb. Hollow inverted pear shaped. Inside the uterus, fertilized ovum grows and develops into embryo, and it is opens into vagina through narrow cervix. That is also told you in diagram, and this is known as a cavity cervical canal. Cervical canal along with the vagina, this is known as birth canal. Now, what are the walls of the uterus? What are the walls of uterus? I show you in earlier slide. These are perimetrium, myometrium and endometrium. Perimetrium, thin membranous. Myometrium, middle thick layer of smooth muscles, and they provide a strong contraction during delivery or childbirth. Endometrium, it is inner glandular layer lines uterine cavity or cyclical changes during menstrual cycle. Now, next one, mammary glands. Mammary glands, they produce milk for the infants, which is necessary for the growth of child. They are paired glandular tissue, variable amount of fats. Glandular tissue divided into 15 to 20 mammary lobes. These are mammary lobes. This one, they containing cluster of cells, alveoli. These are alveoli. Then alveoli secrete milk stored in lumen. Alveoli opens mammary tubules. Tubules of each lobe join mammary duct. These are ducts. Then many ducts join to form mammary ampulla, which is connected lactiferous duct through which milk sucked out.